right after graduation, when I started with my first employer, I had a global responsibility. And what that meant was that I did a lot of work in Latin America and in Asia and in Europe. And as a result of that, I had an opportunity to travel a lot around the world to meet all kinds of different cultures and people. And I really enjoyed that part of my experience. I'd always thought if you do the right thing, you work hard, you don't break any of the rules, and you always try to be respectful for people, things like this don't happen to people like us. And the big aha was when I realized that it really had nothing to do with your behavior, your performance, your this, your that. It was something very arbitrary. The week before I got laid off, I was invited to a senior leadership seminar that only the top 200 people in the country were invited to. And there were people coming from all over the globe to San Antonio, Texas. And so it just totally caught me off guard. And I did tell my children, I said, I don't think that trip to Disney World is going to happen this spring break, which was kind of disappointing for them because that was one of our personal things that we used to do as a family. And, so we went from going to Orlando, to, heck, we couldn't even get to Peoria, Illinois, or Kalamazoo. My family and I decided to relocate to Washington, D.C. I took a job in the federal government as a contractor working for a contracting firm that actually was introduced to me by the Job Match Project. Within probably 6 months of that, taking that part-time position, I was fortunate enough to have received 4 full-time offers. So, I can't say, gee, what would happen if Job Match was not here? I don't even want to think about that. I'm just very thankful that that we have that kind of a service in the Tri-County area. There's a lot of dimensions to Job Match. It's not just it's just not a place where you submit your resumes. It's a place where you meet people and you network and you have one-on-one interviews and you practice role playing and you see yourself on video and you get exposure to people who are in a position to hire, and you have an opportunity to meet with really good, great facilitators that in many instances do this for no charge. They do this as a volunteer because they're committed to the cause. And when you go to your sessions and you start having conversations with the people in the room, you start to hear your stories and you're saying, that sounds like my story. That sounds like my story. And I think it allows you to kind of depersonalize this because you're saying, because there's a point there where you're feeling like this is only me, right? I mean, this never could happen to anybody else other than me. People really should understand that it's not about just getting that job. It's about getting that career. It's about getting yourself back into the society, getting yourself back in the community. So that's why people really have to mentally get ready for this experience and know that it's going to take some time, but you got to have people around you, good people around you to help you through it. Listen to some of the feedback, even though you may not want to hear it all, and understand that at the end of the day, you have to do work. You have to put your work in. I always think things happen for a reason. And when you're going through things, you don't know why it's happening at the time. Some people call it kismet, some people call it fate. But you're saying, there was a reason why all this happened. And I'm, again, someone much brighter than me knows what that reason is, but I feel like whatever it is, I'm here, and I'm here to fulfill it, and I'm enjoying it every day of the week. And, I've got my swagger back.